So in this video, I'm gonna tell you the 2 most important things you need to do to actually be finding deals. A lot of people wanna find deals, a lot of people wanna buy deals. Maybe you're switching from residential into commercial and you don't know where to start. Well, we have bought, at this point, 11 buildings in the last 2 years, and we've bought a lot of deals in that short period of time. And I'm gonna tell you the 2 most important things that we do to actually find deals. What's going on, guys? We got a busy day today. So every Tuesday, we have our sales meeting. After the sales meeting, me, Hugh, Brant, Jesse, we go and we do cold calls. We cold call property owners and we try to set appointments. We try to set appointments for Thursday. Today is Thursday and we have, I believe, 6 appointments set. So we're gonna go out there. So I'm bringing you guys along with me to all these appointments. We're gonna go tour a bunch of buildings, some of which are for brokerage, some of which are for acquisitions, and see if we can buy any of them. Also, say what's up to Hugh. Hugh is my intern.
What's up?
He reached out because of the podcast, which is pretty cool. So if you post high quality content or high quality stuff, you put value out there, people will reach out to you. He reached out when we said we were looking for somebody to help us, and he's been awesome. He's been a killer. So yeah, it's just me and Hugh right now. We're gonna be meeting Jesse a little bit later. He's touring one of our other properties that we own. We have a vacancy there, so we're trying to fill it. And then Brant, we think he's asleep. He probably just rolled out of bed. He's gonna meet us later too. All right, so we just toured that building. It went okay. It was in a lot rougher shape than we were anticipating. So they're asking around 45 bucks a foot for that building. And we bought a lot of buildings around 40 to 45 bucks a foot, but they were all in much, much better shape. That one was not in great shape, so it's probably gonna be a pass. On to the next one. What did you think of that building?
It definitely needed some work, and there's only one big door, so you'd have to subdivide it.
Yeah, it's 25,000 square feet, and there was only one drive-in door. It's a massive door.
And the guy's trying to sell us on, oh, you have a common area walkway through the middle of the giant warehouse. I don't know, that would be probably tough to get the inside units.
100%.
Release.
Did you learn anything?
Make sure to take a look at the building before you buy it.
100%. 100%.
Because you go inside that one, and the walls are falling apart. It's all black. Insulation's getting ripped up. Needs some work.
It needed some work. What's going on, everybody? We just wrapped up our first ever cohort. It was 8 weeks of learning everything you need to know to buy your first commercial real estate deal. Everything from how to find a deal, how to finance the deal, how to structure it and close it. I'm getting super good feedback from everyone in the group saying it was super valuable and a phenomenal cohort. So if any of that sounds interesting to you and you want to learn everything you need to know to buy your first commercial real estate deal, I'm going to be opening up cohort number 2. There's going to be limited spots available and it's going to start soon. If that sounds interesting to you, click the link in the description below and I'll send you everything you need to know about it. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. So this is a building that we sold to a client for brokerage maybe 2 months ago, and he bought it with the intention to probably flip it. We might lease it, but he bought it for a great basis, about 215 grand or something. It's a little 2,000 square foot building in the Burlington Grand Market. Honestly, super clean. Come on. But it's just a little basic shop, which is pretty cool. This is what a lot of people need, just a little contractor. You got 2 big roll-up doors, garage area, and the intention is either to flip it. So we've got it listed for $365. You could buy it for $215 and then sell it for $365. That's a pretty solid pop, especially on a small building. That's the beauty of these small buildings. You get them at a really low basis. You get to turn around and sell it for $365. That's a lot of money in a short amount of time. And there's a lot of people who are looking for commercial buildings under $500,000. So something to keep in mind. All right, just showed the building to the guy. Didn't want to film the tour, obviously, to be respectful of him. Very interested in it. He wants to make a cash offer, so we'll see what happens. Now we're about to head to our next building, which is about an hour away. Brant just pulled up in his Tesla. He's gonna hop in the car with us. Hugh's gonna hop in the car with Jesse and look at a different deal. And here he comes. The man, the myth, the legend.
Wearing pink.
Brant likes to talk a lot. We love him, but he likes to talk a lot.
Too much.
I look forward to it. I can't wait. We're going to play some pickleball and drive in the Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
I'm a big dangler.
Hello, I'm Brant. How are you? I have a Tesla. I'm very proud about it.
I'm a freaking Tesla, dude. I have FSD. I don't drive my car. I get driven. Unlike you. Keep driving your 4Runner. I hope we get there safely. I don't know if we're going to. Whoa! And I don't have time to tour buildings. I'm a big time Pilates guy.
Tell the people what's about to go down here.
Man, we got 4 different tours in Greensboro lined up right now. All different types of buildings, man. Different industrial property. Upwards to 30,000 feet. Some of them are about 2,500, 5,000 feet. But we got a good day lined up. Decided to make money. Maybe get a couple properties under contract. I don't know. We're going to find out what happens. Like, we got to get into multifamily, right? We got to get into retail. We have to.
Instead of like that, why don't we just focus on North Carolina retail and industrial?
So that's what I did already. I did that without retail.
Yeah.
But retail is more difficult because retail is owned by pros, right? A lot of the industrial stuff's owner operated. We're here.
Just wrapped up the tour. 2 buildings we're looking at buying ourselves on a pretty good sized lot, fenced in. The buildings are how big again?
They're 2,500 square feet apiece.
Yeah, 2,500 square feet each. I mean, it's something that you could rent to a tenant all day long forever. That's what we're talking about. Do you think it went well?
Man, I think it went really well, man. There's 2 different buildings, like Graham said. There's a tenant on the building on the right. It's a machine shop type building working on motors for cars. And then the other building is owner operated. He has some type of car dealership business, and he has a detailing tenant in the parking lot as well. So definitely a couple of multiple creative ways to make income from the building, multi-tenant type use.
What do you think the play is?
Man, I think we should buy them, man. Creative financing. Maybe we can come up with a down payment, get them on a 5-year balloon, limited money down, long-term equity, cash flow.
Hell yeah. Also, pro tip. Get yourself a Plaud. So this is a little recording device. It's AI, and basically you click the record button. It records your entire conversation with the seller and your meeting. So you don't have to sit there and think, oh, what did he say? The roll-up door is 10 by 8, or it's an acre lot or whatever. Whatever information he tells you, you record on this Plaud. Afterwards, it sends you a summary of everything they said. You can get the full transcript, or you can get a summary. It'll send you action items. So like, hey, we talked about how he's going to send us the leases. An update saying, action items, he's going to send the leases.
www.plaud.com. Click here for a 25% code, like and subscribe.
Yeah, right. That would be sick. If they want to give us a sponsor, we'll go
Plaud,
for it.
holler at your boy, dude. Holler at your boy. I could use a Plaud. Graham has a Plaud. We're making money, man. 25% off. Click, like, and subscribe.
So we went to lunch. There's 4 of us, so we had to divide and conquer. Brant and Jesse went to tour a flex building in Greensboro. Beautiful property. Me and Hugh went to a Starbucks and got a little bit of work done while they were doing that. But Brant, tell them about the tour.
Yeah, dude, we had a great tour. Owner of the building gave us a tour. They're looking for a larger building. They're under contract to buy a bigger space right now. Got in and out, man. It was beautiful. Clearly, they put a lot of money, a lot of upfit, brand new roof on the building. Beautiful warehouse section, and excited to present that to our investors. Hopefully, we can make a deal.
Yep. And now we're going to our 5th tour of the day, 6th. I don't even remember.
Man, we've been in Greensboro all day long. A lot of property, so little time. Yeah, I think tour number 5. Got a 5,000 square foot industrial building with a lot of extra acreage. We're going to try to figure out, is it a development site? Is it IOS, industrial outdoor storage?
All right, we just wrapped up our last tour of the day. Very interesting property, a small warehouse with multiple lots next to it, and then a handful of houses and duplexes. But I think it went pretty well.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a creative approach, man. I felt like, like the zoning, it was a split zoning, which basically is 2 different types of zoning. It was a commercial mixed use zoning, and there was a light industrial zoning. And the owner of the property, the future seller of the property, definitely is going to want a portfolio sale. He's definitely going to want one buyer to be able to take it all down. So we're going to have to find,
not us.
Yeah, not Mountaineer Capital, not Browntaineer Capital, maybe Hugh, but yeah, we're definitely going to try to get creative and find a buyer that is real bullish on Greensboro. We're not too far from downtown. We're probably less than a mile from downtown. But somebody who'd want to buy more of a covered land play, current income on site with future development prospect.
100%. Yep.
100%.
Brant and Graham had to head home early, so they tasked me with coming to see this last property. I was just gonna take pictures of the outside, but some guy came out and let me in. I think he's the son of the owner, so he was really nice. Walked me through the building. It's got 2 massive drive-in doors. It's got a bunch of iOS storage. There's a bunch of land that goes with it. So it's a super nice property, really well maintained. Office is clean. Everything looks good. There's no leaks. Nothing looks dirty. It's super nice in there. So that's a nice building right there.
All right, so we're wrapping up the day. Actually, funny enough, we're in Brant's car now. We're in the Tesla. We sent Hugh, our intern. There was one other property we didn't get a chance to look at. I had to be somewhere. I had to get back to my wife. Brant has to go somewhere.
I got to do Pilates, dude. I don't have time to tour buildings. I'm a big time Pilates guy.
Yeah, he had to go to Pilates.
FYI.
We're dead serious.
Big time.
But anyways, we sent Hugh to go look at the building for us. He said he'd do it. He took my car. He drove there. He's a goat for that. Anyways, so Super successful day. We toured around probably 6 properties, had a lot of great conversations, a lot of potential opportunities to buy and or broker if we decide to do that. But one of the most important things you can do in commercial real estate is to get out in the field. Most people just sit behind a desk, they make cold calls, they send emails, but they never actually go drive properties. They never actually go meet people. Our biggest objective when we're cold calling is to get a meeting with someone, get in front of them, get face to face, shake their hand. It goes a long way with industrial sellers.
Graham, man, I think you're totally right. I think making a cold call is important, right? You always want to make that one more cold call, get that one more prospect. But after you meet somebody face to face, meeting in person, it's a completely different relationship. It's a completely different conversation. Way more productive, way more information is garnered, and you can get more creative in your deal-making approach. Like you're saying, if you're buying property, if you're brokering property, if you're driving the property right now. But yeah, man, get out there in person, shake some hands, kiss some babies. Brant and Graham out.
100%. If you have any questions, comment them below. Be sure you're subscribed for more videos like this.
Yo, follow me at Real Estate Brand. Follow me.
Follow Brant on his Instagram. He has like 3 followers, but anyways.
I got like 903.
I'm just messing.
More than Graham.
That's not true. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one.